Sentimental FX update for the 11th of January, Monday close. S&P chart on the H4. Your MR1 is 3790. We do have an ascending moving average line, and this is your ATR values. So we can expect price to go in between these two values tomorrow. It's unlikely it's going to exceed it, but just bear that in mind. That is the lower of the two, and if we were correct about the dollar and that's going to stay where it is and potentially gravitate south, it's going to hurt this. Check your moving averages as well in the S&P, and it's bearish all the way up to the H4 and D1. Those two are bullish, but everything else is pointing down. Stochastics are quite weak. Signal is saying to wait. So keep an eye on 3790, and we're below that. We can get the ATR of the two, the low of the two. AJ, so obviously this will be reflected on this, so if this falls, then all of these pairs are going to also be impacted as well. This is why you need to check your S&P chart. H4 candles, do note as well. And we've got a long way to support 3734, so we respected it well. AJ, AT46, 79.92, take a wander off. So it's quite choppy. They went long, so that would be a sell. And we are above monthly pivot, and this is your MVP line as well, and your ATR values. So we should probably expect it to come down here, especially if the S&P falls. And look at your moving averages too. AU 77.21. 76.60. This is the large of the two. This is where I'm going to target, and I'm going to get out around about there because that's the pain zone. That's them going long, so that's a sell. In fact, they got paid there, and they got paid on that move. It's quite naughty, but then obviously they continued to go long here, and then so it fell. So this bit they got paid, the retail guys. Now they're getting punished. So we have got the signal to sell this. I kept it even though it said no, because I know where I'm going to target and where I'm going to exit. If you don't know, where you're going to TP or SL, then your signals, like, they're fantastic. But I held on because I knew where I was going to exit anyway at a minimal loss. So I did hold on to this one, and getting the signal again was good confirmation. So it just agrees with what we were seeing, them going long. So it's it's bearish dynamically. Moving averages as well. Note EA 158.72, 157.43. RSL, that's them going long. So these guys got punished quite a bit. EU. Monthly pivots 121.50, and one above SOC, the stop loss cluster. I don't know if it's going to show me. 121.75 and 121.20. Moving averages, you want to check your small time frames on this. If there's any sign of weakness on the M1 or M5, then it's going to just agree with the big picture, and especially if we're below monthly pivot. And with the fact that they're going long as well. They went long at this point. For whatever reason they did, they just went long there. So pound USD, 134.93 is your monthly pivot. 135.53, 134.38. It's a bit of a choppy one. That's them going long, so it comes down, but then that's them selling it. So we could potentially come up. I've got a bearish bias on the euro pound, so if this does come up and we have monthly pivot as support, that's good for me because I'm going to sell the euro pound. So it's a bit of a funny one. Today has been quite choppy with this pair, so do note they've sold it and it's back below the 50% mark. So potentially get that SLC above. That's 40 odd pips away, but if we have risk off, then this will fall. So that's why you want to check your S&P chart. NU 72.05, 71.35, and we are going very long this pair. So this would be a good one to short because of that reason. Don't necessarily look at your high level. I mean, do keep an eye on it, but this is much more powerful. You can see how it's the mirror image. So that move is quite a lot. It's 155 pips just by watching what they do, in real time. You could do something like this, and then just simply use that. Yeah, something like that you could do. I'm looking into this sort of like, wonder if we can implement some kind of like trend line break for the ratios. I mean, it's something you could possibly do. Have a look at that, play around with it. So at that point, you'd sell. So you get a bit caught out there. It's a 38 pip move. So if you had a tight stop, you would have got stopped out there. So it's a bit tricky, but you could potentially use something like this. It's an idea. Euro yen, 127.52, 126.49. Same going long. So it should come down. And monthly pivot's 125.90. Pound yen, 141.50, 140.29. It's like it's doing what the pound USD is doing. They went long and then they're selling it, so could potentially come up. And we've got monthly pivot as well. And your ATR higher is a long way, very wide. There's a lot of volatility on this pair, so be careful. Dollar yen, 104.52, 104 on the dot, and it actually is a buy. It's a buy at the high level, and that's the first time that's happened in a long time. They decided to sell it. So I bring my mouse down, you watch price action. It's a big old horrible spike here that would have got people off the scent, and then they sold it in a big way. The thing is they're holding now, and so if they hold, we'll come up, and we can come up, we could come up a long way. There's your MR2, for example, 105.50, and maybe even further, 106.25 MR3. So yeah, it all depends what they do. If they hold, then we'll come up. Dollar CAD, 128.41 and 127.52. We are a sell, and it's them selling it, but they're going a bit long, so we have to be a bit careful. They continue to go long, will come down. And do note your moving averages as well. Dollar Swiss, this is the last one now. Actually, no, gold is the last one, sorry. And 89.33 and 88.06. We are a sell at the high level, but they're selling it over time. And so we come up. And monthly pivot is 89.12. So if we come above, we'll get that SLC. And gold, on the H4, and on this chart, sorry, on the H1, it didn't look like it really moved much, but it did move a great deal today. If you were looking at it on the smaller time frame, it was really quite violent, the moves. Your HR of upper is 1846 and below is 1826. So there's a $20 range tomorrow if you're trading this pair. So I think we'll probably come down to this one, because look at your technicals and look at your sentiment. So if you get the two to agree, then you're already on to, you've got a good basis for a trade. And that's them going long here. They decided to go long round about 1950 area. Yeah, so those guys got caught. They're actually $100 out of pocket. So it's just a fairly long video today, but hopefully it's useful. And I'll do my FX expirers tomorrow. And I'm going to make some kind of presentation on the FX SSI indicators as well, because everyone should be using them, really good. So I hope you have a good day and a night, or wherever you are in the world, and I'll speak to you soon.